All right, we are back with another episode of It's That Easy. This time we're talking Major League Baseball. So if you're watching, please like, and if you want to, go ahead and subscribe. That'd be really good. So I told you we were going to pick the 6 first place teams, and we would follow them this weekend. Just so happens that 4 of them are playing each other. So kind of makes it easier. Instead of 6 games, we're talking about 4 games. But this is a weekend stand, so Friday through Sunday. So let's jump into it. First of all, first one just so happened that got the Rangers and the Dodgers. Rangers headed over to Los Angeles. Kumar Rocker making his second start. He's got a 3.6 ERA. So I guess that's okay because Tyler Glass now, who's pitching for the Dodgers, he's got a 3.0 ERA. So I know when it comes to baseball, over a season, that 0.6 probably pretty big. Over the first couple games, not so bad. Let's see. Neither one of them giving up home runs, so that's really good. Glass now strikes out a lot of guys. He's got 15 strikeouts in his 12 innings of pitching. Rocker has 3 strikeouts in 5. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough one there. Let's see. What else do we got here? Okay, the Rangers team batting average is 234. LA 287. But, man, the Rangers have 94 hits in 12 games. Dodgers have 119 hits in 12 games as well. Man, they're pretty good. They've almost doubled the Rangers. Rangers have 11 home runs. Dodgers have 21 home runs. So, obviously, they're a really good offensive team. Yeah, you're going to be mad at me when I show you who our pick's going to win. Their team ERA, though, Rangers just under 3 at 2.94. Dodgers 3.36. So once you get to the bullpen, maybe you give up a few more runs. But the Rangers have actually won the last 3 games. They had a homestand against Seattle, beat them. The Rangers don't score a lot of runs. They won 2-1, 3-2, and 3-0. Dodgers were in Toronto. They won 14-2, 4-1, and then they lost 4-3. And that was the game that Ohtani pitched. So that was interesting. But they've actually won up until that point. They had a 4-game winning streak. Lost to Toronto there. Rangers were on a 3-game winning streak. So if you look at the numbers here, so the plus 181 says if you go Rangers, bet $10, you'll win practically $19. So you almost triple your bet, right? Dodgers, if you bet $10 on those guys, you probably win like $4. So here's another thing. You have to be strategic when you're betting these games, right? Never know. So the over-under is 9.5 points. At the way it looks, man, I would go under on that one. I don't like 9.5 unless they really get to Rocker, right? Then most of the runs could be the Dodgers. But I would bet it's going to be like a 5-3, 5-2, 4-3 game, something like that. And here's who I got winning the game. That's right, I got the Rangers. And you know why? Because of the Big Mo. The Rangers have won 3 in a row. They're going into L.A. very confident. Dodgers lost. And here's the other reason I picked the Rangers. Because I actually bet on the Dodgers to win that Shohei Ohtani game. And they let me down. They were ahead, and they lost 4-3. So because I'm pissed at them and because they'll probably Rocker. But I'm still going to pick Rangers. So we'll go Rangers to win this one. And if you put $10 on them, you practically win $20. And so, that'll be a $30 payday right there. So that's pretty good. But I do like the under. So if you want to hit the under, I don't know what that pays, though. Let's see. The under probably pays you probably close to double. So if you go the under, if you go under 9.5, and the game is 5-2, don't know who's going to win, but if it ends up being 5-2, you win that. So let's go to the next game. Angels at the Reds. So Texas and the Dodgers are actually first place teams. Angels are not. Reds are first place team. So the Reds are pitching. LA is pitching Jack. I don't know. Kochanowski. That sounds pretty bad. Kochanowski. The guy's got a 4.6 ERA. That's all I know. And the Reds are pitching Chase Burns, who's got a .82 ERA. Pretty good. They've actually pitched both close to, Reds guys pitched 11 innings and Angels 9.5, or 9 2/3. So about the same. So that ERA is pretty big. And I know that's why, if you look at the Reds number, that 199, that won't pay you a whole lot. That you put $10, that'll probably get you about 4. The Angels, on the other hand, you put 10, it's 16. So it seems like the Angels actually have a better chance to win against the Reds than they have the Rangers against the Dodgers. I mean, I get that, I guess. But it's not, I think it's who they're playing, right? Rangers and Dodgers. But I don't think the Angels are going to win. Only because they're batting .201. The Reds are batting .209. They actually have hit more home runs than the Reds have. But their team ERA is 3.8. So once you get past the guy with the 4.6 ERA, you run into the bullpen that's probably going to be closer to the 3.8. And then the Reds, 3.11. So, not too bad. I guess this is one of those where the starter probably gets you good innings, 4 or 5, possibly scoreless innings. And then you kind of take your chances with the bullpen and see if you can keep it under 2 or 3 runs. So that 9.5, the experts actually pick the over 9.5, and I see why, because the Angels give up a lot of runs. And the last couple of games, so these teams both go into this game on a 2-game losing streak. The Angels lost to the Braves 7-2 and 8-2. So they didn't score very many runs. When they did win, they scored 8 and 6 the last couple games. So I could see where the 9.5 you'd pick over, because the Reds also, last 2 games they lost 8-1, 7-1 to the Marlins. But when they did win, it was 6-3 and 2-0, 2-1. So if it's going to go over, it's going to be because of the Angels, it looks like it. But they're picking the Reds to win. I went ahead and said, just overall, and the Reds are at home. I think the Reds are probably going to take the game. I guess I would go the over. I could see why, but you know what? I haven't seen enough games of this, to be honest with you. So I wouldn't even pick I'm not going to touch that one. But I would imagine over, let's say, the next 2 or 3 weeks, as you get more games. Like right now, we're 12 and 13 games into it. As you get into, 30, 40, 50 games, you get a better idea of, what they score every night, how they do against really bad pitching. Because the last couple of games, if you go by those, they're not going to score very many runs. Neither one of the teams will. It'll be a 2-1 game or a 4-2 game. So definitely be under. But the experts are picking over. Let's see which one happens. So now let's look at the Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays. I call them the Devil Rays. That's how old I am. I remember the Devil Rays, but they're just the Rays right now. Luis Gil for the Yankees is making his first start of the season. I looked at his last couple seasons. He actually averages, it's like a 3.5 ERA, roughly. Where Steven Matz, going for Tampa Bay, he's 2-0. Even though he has a 4.0 ERA, he's had 11 innings pitched, 10 Ks, 1 home run. The dude's 2-0. I actually looked him up. I was like, hey, let's see what he's going to do for Cy Young. Yeah, he's not in the running. So just if you were thinking about it, he's probably one of those 20,000 plus guys. So you bet $100, 20 grand. I'd say it's pretty good. He's off to a good start, 2-0. Terrible ERA. That's not too bad. Yankees bat 218. Tampa Bay's average is 253. A little better there. They both hit 11 home runs. ERA, though, Yankees is 2.47. Tampa Bay is 4.96. So once they get past, and this is their 2-0 guy, he's got a 4.0 ERA. I know it's only a couple games. But then their bullpen, team-wise, it's practically 5 earned runs. It tells you that they're liking the under, though, which is, I guess, if the Yankees show up and pitch pretty well. But both of these teams also come in on a 2-game losing streak. The Yankees have lost to the A's of all teams. Yeah, I thought for sure they were going to win the other night. They lost 1-0 and 3-2. And when they won, it was 5-3. Tampa Bay lost to Chicago the last 2 games, 6-2 and 9-2. So actually, I see why it's the under. Yeah, it's under 9. Well, let's see. That was 8.5. Was it 8? Yeah. Okay. The current one is 8 or 8.5. And I could see where it is. It'll probably be same thing, 5-2 game, 5-3 game. But because it's that one kid's Gill's first start, and I don't know, Tampa Bay, I mean, their guy has a 4.0 ERA, but maybe he's their guy. Maybe he's their ace for the season. So I'm going to go Tampa Bay at home, winning this one against the Yankees. And then the last one we'll look at is Cleveland against Atlanta. Oh man, I can't even. This Cleveland guy. I need to practice these names. Slade Ciccone. He's pitching for Cleveland. 0-1, 5.23 ERA in 10 innings pitched. Okay, so he had given up some runs there. Bryce Elder for the Atlanta is going. He's 1-1 with a 0 ERA. I had to check that again. I was like, wait, seriously, 0 ERA? That's pretty good. 13 strikeouts in 13 innings pitched, so 1 an inning. So it probably gives up a lot of ground balls there, or fly out or pop outs. Let's see. Cleveland has a 218 batting average. Atlanta 254. ERA wise though, Cleveland has a 3.13, where Atlanta actually has a pretty good one, a 2.03 ERA, team ERA. So when they leave their starter, who's got a 0 ERA, going to a 2 ERA, that's actually pretty good there. Also, but the experts like the over, the 8.5 or 9 actually. I think it's 9 right now. But they like the over on that one. Let's see. Now these two teams actually they both come in on a 2-game winning streak. The Cleveland beat Kansas City 2-1, and they said, you know what, let's show you our bats. They won 10-2. The Braves, I think I mentioned this earlier, they actually beat the Angels the last 2 games, 8-2 and 7-2, after going on a 3-game losing streak. So maybe they're kind of finding their way there. They are at home, and they are so that 136 right there. Let's see. Well, we'll talk about that. I'm going Atlanta money line to win that. I don't know about. I mean, they look like they can score. Both teams can score. So it could possibly be like, 8-7 or something, like 8-6, which blows past that 9. But I'm gonna wait and see. I'm not gonna call that one. Well, I guess if I had to call it, I'd call over on that one. But I want to see what's going to happen there. So if you look at these, Texas, if you pick Texas, $10. Let's say $100. Let's just go crazy here. $100, you actually win almost $190 on that win. If you go Cincinnati money line there, $100, you probably win 40. Tampa Bay, $100 will win you 123. So see, we're doing pretty good now. And then Atlanta, home team, favored, just like the Reds are. You win a $10 will probably get you, $6. I mean, sorry. Yeah, 10 will get you 6, 100 will give you 60. So there's a couple of philosophies here that I've seen. There's the one that says, hey, go with the heavy favorites, the Dodgers, the Reds, I guess Atlanta on this one too. Go with the heavy favorites. They're going to win more often than not. You're not going to win a ton of money, but you are going to win. So those, $5 here, $3 here, $7 here, those will add up over a season, right? There's another one that says, when you can find the matchups that you like, and I'm not saying these are it. This is game 1 for me, so let's not go too crazy on this. But if you find a matchup where you thought, like, you know what, the Rangers have a good chance against the Dodgers, right, that pays bigger, obviously. That pays really big. And then if you're kind of wanting to get close to double your money, the over-unders usually will pay just under double. So it'll pay a little more than what you would get paid if you go the favorite. So a couple of philosophies there that you want to look at. Are you gambling and trying to win big on one shot? Are you just trying to go with all the favorites and just add up all these small wins, and which the money adds up? Or you trying to get just practically double your amount every time you bet, which would be an over-under there. Now, I did notice, so you can play the point spread on these games as well, and it pays close to, it pays what the over-unders pay, close to double. And it's usually a 1.5. So for the favorite team, it's -1.5. So they got to win by 2. For the underdog, it's +1.5. They just have to lose by less than 2 runs. So those are really hard to play. Really hard to play because you just never know if it's going to be a 10-2 game or a 4-3 game. So, and those are obviously the difference in whether you win or lose. So money line's a little better. Over under would be the next one to me, and then last one would be spread. So hopefully you got something out of these. If you're watching, please like and subscribe. That'd be awesome to do. I haven't put this out there, but I use 2 sites to do what they call predictions, right? And they cost nothing to do. What I'll do is I'll put actually my information in the description of this video here. You're welcome to click on it. There's a sign up bonus. I think it's like 20 or 25 bucks if you sign on. And then you can just start picking the way you want to pick. See how you do against the experts. I've actually listened to shows from the so-called experts. Yeah, they're about, if they're 500, they're lucky. So everyone will tell you they're over. I get that too. But once you get into more games, the longer the season goes and the more games go on, yeah, I think law of averages gets you to closer to 500 than anything else. But anyway, these are the picks here. I'm going to put them out there on TikTok as well. So we'll see how they do. And then we'll come back possibly tomorrow because these teams all play again Saturday night and Sunday. And let's see if we can learn something over that time to get us into next week where we get some better picks. So everyone have a good evening. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the baseball and good luck on your picks.